to all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines. Selah. Hello and welcome, beloveds, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki. I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life, truly, beloveds, on your own terms, that you have identified a safe haven that you can go to literally at a drop of a hat, at the buzz of an alarm, that you can safely ride out what your nations may be facing. I hope you're at least getting into the habit of buying your own food. Growing your own food. If you're not there yet, I hope you've stocked up on seeds and you've just done all the things that, even if you're not in a position to do any of that, you've been watching and filling your mind with the ideas of what they say about prepping in urban centers, prepping, in rural areas. This is information that should just be there so that you can naturally pull on it in case you happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Not everyone is experiencing the same thing right now. And I recorded shows on what is happening, as the divided states faces its dark night of the soul, as Africa faces its great rebirth. But individually, where are we? Because even the chosen ones and the ones who are just awakening and the ones who will never awaken, who will remain asleep, we're not all going through the same thing. We're going through we're going to have very, very different experiences. But regardless of whether you're going through a rebirth, you see, it could be your season to go through a rebirth, but if you're in the wrong part of the world, then that rebirth may be hindered or even made impossible. So it is also very important to heed the word of spirit and move into where you will be most valuable. I did do a show a couple of weeks ago where I talked about how your service will save you, give Mama Earth, Mama Nature a reason why she should save you when she's going through so much right now. Give her a reason. Be valuable somehow to humanity, which means moving. And I'm not going to say come back to Africa or do this or do that. You need to now get into that spiritual discernment where you hear clearly from your ancestors where you need to be at such a time as this. But for the chosen ones, what's happening? For us, beloveds, we are going through a birthing. We are going through a rebirth where the great enemies of our soul who have tied us, who have bound us, who have done all kinds of spells and magic to try and steal our gifts, to try and block us from our destiny, to death spells to take us out. They are literally falling away. Some are some are trying to launch their final dart of the enemy, but it's done. We've come through the 222 gateway, beloveds. We are safe now. It's like we've entered and we're safe. And the reason is because now we've entered a higher vibration, which means we can contact our higher vibrational ancestors, our higher vibrational guardians. And if you're spiritually sensitive, you have felt a spiritual change of the guard around you, where certain ancestors seem to have taken a back seat or seem to have stepped back. And now there's I feel like there's a new army, there's new guardians. Like my cosmic family is now around me. I feel like my cosmic father, my cosmic mother, I feel like they are personally now taking, they're bringing me home. They're taking me home. There's been such a shift, even when I think symbolically of my altars and how my ancestral altar totally changed. No more pictures, it's just been a total upgrade. And so you'll feel that around you as they bring us home. And now that we are the ones that have anchored in, now it's time for us to birth this new. So a lot of the things that were the enemies of our soul are literally just going to fall away because we are no longer in their world. They can't see us anymore. They can't connect to us. We're not even breathing the same atmosphere. We are in a new vibration. They're here, we're here. It's like they're on the 3rd floor and we're on the 11th floor, or we're on the 22nd floor. So we can never meet and their darts can never reach us because they have to go up through so many floors. They don't have the energy to shoot arrows that high. We are the ones who took that elevator down to their floor. They're not even on the 11th, they're on the third floor, even the basement. We're the ones who took the elevator and went there and lived amongst them, but now we've been taken back up. Many of us are, dark night of the soul was our family members being exposed for us us seeing them as they really were, and it was painful, and seeing the kind of attacks and the kind of abuse that we went through. It was painful, and it was only through that we were able to shed that part of our narrative, because they were able, the secrecy thing is so important with the system we've left. What remained hidden would keep you, would be chained to you, because it was like an invisible cord. But your ancestors revealed everything, both on an individual and a collective level, so that you could cut those cords. And so now you are literally being born into a new world where you've anchored here. And your spiritual team, your spiritual nation is going to start giving you the necessary information through downloads. And downloads are just like, literally, you either get it visually, physically, you hear it, where you're just going to be getting information of what needs to happen now, the kind of technology our people need, the kind of renewable energy, and how Mama Earth needs, us to help her. Because many of us healers are actually here to help Mama Earth heal. We're actually here to use our healing hands, our healing voice, our healing energy to bring balance and restoration to Mama Earth. And so she will be calling us to where we're needed the most. Many of us, maybe it's technologies, in transport, in communication, in, energy, power, that is going to be coming in. And so we're going to see an explosion of industries. And that's what and so while we're being developed as chosen ones to become these perfect anchors, these perfect mediums for our nations, we may find ourselves isolated from the masses, because now the people who have taken the double Big Mac are the biggest transmitters. We may be, we will find ourselves where we're needed the most, but it's more to learn how to be a perfect channel and how to totally live in this new atmosphere 24/7. You can't go back down there, even in your thinking or reminiscing like, what, oh my God, this happened. I mean, unless it's as a testimony, but not as an emotional experience, that part is done. So prepare yourselves, beloveds, to discover a whole new you. As I've been saying, we went through a death and resurrection process. Usually you would die physically and then go through the judgment process, the ma'at process, the recalibration, and then be born again with new skills, new talents, and understanding of what you went through. But now, because of the gate we were going through, and Babylon was trying to get as many of us master teachers and master builders not to make it through this gate, we had to anchor our position here, die to self while still living, and then now it's like we've been reborn, we're being reborn, and we're siblings, beloveds, in this new. So treat yourself with love, treat yourself with ultimate kindness, beloveds. Ultimate kindness. Be gentle and return yourself to a place of peace. That is the most important thing, because the only way to tap into this higher vibrational life, this new reality that is in front of us, is by being in a place of peace and calm and serenity. We want to unlock, we want to move out of operating at our root to operating from our crown, our royal inheritance. Tuko pamoja.